Welcome to another edition of Living in Shelby Township. I'm Kelly Kasuda, and here today we're at the Packard Proving Grounds, and I'm standing with Roger Luxick, the president of the Packard Motor Car Foundation. Roger, thank you so much for having us.
Great having you here today, and thanks for coming by.
Yeah, so we're here at Packard Proving Ground, and we want to talk about the history, because a lot of people know of it, but really, how did it get to be here?
It got to be here because Packard and Albert Kahn designed this facility out in Utica, Michigan, as it was called in the day, and later on, politicians decided to call the area Shelby Township.
Right, and it's got a really strong history.
It sure does. The Proving Grounds, this year we celebrated our 90th anniversary.
Wow.
It opened up June 14th, 1928, and on that day, a number of things happened here, and one was record-setting, and that was the 2.5-mile high-speed oval track that Packard had here set a world's record for the fastest closed course racetrack.
Wow.
They invited up some drivers from Indianapolis, the fastest guy there, 122 miles an hour. 3 weeks later, he's here, makes a new world's record, 148 plus miles an hour. We've got plenty of stories to tell at the museum.
Yeah, and so that's how it started, was as a racetrack?
No, it wasn't a racetrack. The track was actually used to put mileage on cars.
Oh, wow.
Cars would typically do a 10,000 mile test in 10 days or a 25,000 mile test in 25 days. And there were also steep hills to test climbing ability, sharp downgrades to test braking ability, sand pits, clay pits, railroad tracks, rough roads, the works, because Packard wanted to wring the best out of the cars. And they came here, and in our back room, they tore every car down to every nut and bolt to make sure they were building quality into the automobile.
That's amazing.
There was a number of functions here: safety, high-speed durability, comfort in the ride, that the Proving Grounds brought to the Packard Motor Car Company.
And now, as time has progressed, what's here now?
What's here now?
A whole lot, actually.
Well, the original size of the property was a square mile, from 22 to 23, Van Dyke on the east, Mound on the west, and we now own the last 17 acres of the Packard Proving Grounds. In fact, a building that was in the middle of the racetrack, an aircraft hangar, we picked up and moved 15 years ago, brought it in a mile in from the racetrack, and that aircraft hangar was used when Packard built experimental airplane engines and used that hangar to store the aircraft that they built to test fly out of the Proving Grounds.
That's amazing.
We think it is too. And these are all the kind of stories we want to tell people. We're a work in progress. We've got a lot of work to do, but boy, it's been fun.
Something that is exciting now is that not only you have lots of cars being stored here, but also a massive boat.
Yes, we have.
So tell us a little bit first about the boat, because you just told me a great story about it.
The boat is great. It's owned by a private individual, and he has it on loan to us to show off. It's Garwood's Miss America 10. And in 1931, this boat set a new world's record of 125 miles an hour. Nobody ever gone that fast on water, yet Garwood and his co-pilot piloted this boat up Lake St. Clair at a new world's record, just this shy of 125 miles an hour. It's powered by 4 Packard supercharged V12 engines, developing 2,000 horsepower each.
And you would think, when you think racing, you would think it's small, but it's not small.
No, it's 38 feet of the finest Honduran mahogany you'd ever want to see. It's gorgeous. Finish on it is piano quality, and when the cover's off and you see the 4 Packard engines with open stacks, really makes the hairs on your neck stand on.
Right. And the cars here are beautiful too. And
sure.
They're new, they're just coming.
These 3 that we're standing by recently came to us from the Detroit Historical Society. The one that we have here, if you've ever been to the Foundation Hotel in downtown Detroit, that was the headquarters for the Detroit Fire Department. And in 1911, we have photographs showing this exact same vehicle in front of the fire department where now the Foundation Hotel stands.
It's really nice to have a piece of history.
It is.
Right here in your backyard.
Right, and this tells the story of Detroit, of Packard, their early development of cars and light trucks, and the other vehicles we range from a 1916 Packard V12 Packard was the first automaker to supply V12 engines in cars. And that was the personal car of the president, Henry B. Joy. And behind me, to my right, is a 1951 concept car that was modified for a concept car for 51, 52, 53, and 54. And later on, the president of Packard, Alvin McCauley, kind of took it under his arm and brought it home, and it was his daily driver for his wife.
Wow.
It's
Well,
really
it's a gorgeous car.
It's called the Pan American. Only 6 were built. We have 1 on site.
Wow. Now, you mentioned some improvements
Yes.
that are being made. What are some of those improvements?
Well, the improvements come from events that we hold here. Everybody on the staff of the Packard Proving Grounds is a volunteer. Nobody draws a paycheck. Everybody works here because they love it. And when we hold events here, every dime we make goes right back into the property. All of our buildings, except for the one we're standing in, were designed by Albert Kahn. We've re-roofed every building. We've been adding heat and air conditioning as we get the funds. We're repairing all the buildings on site. Next thing up, we'd like to put heat and air in the building we're in. Make it a little more comfortable for everybody. We've done a lot. We still have a long way to go.
And we actually, our Shelby Township State of the Township Address was in one of the buildings this past year. And it was a great
Yes.
space, large, the windows are beautiful, there's lots of lights. It's a gorgeous building.
Right. The building that we rent out for events is known as the Repair Garage, and we'll do about 80 weddings this year and another 50 corporate type events like the Shelby Township announcement for the State of the Township message. Yes.
Now, so if someone wants to come here, see what there's to see, do the events that you were talking about, what can they do? What's going on for our residents and for everyone in Macomb County?
Last weekend, we had a real crowd here. On Saturday, we had 4,000 visitors attend the Antiques and Repurposing Show. There were 150 vendors here with all kinds of reworked artwork, recycled building materials, architectural items for sale. It was pretty much a madhouse. We always have, on every Saturday during the summer, a farmer's market. And people come by, get fresh meat, veggies, organic,
really good
farm-to-market stuff. It's really good.
I've been to that, and it's amazing. I mean, I bought meat there, and it was just delicious. It was great.
We ourselves do 2 car shows a year. One on the 2nd Sunday of June and another on the 3rd Sunday of October. We have other car shows here, but those are folks that rent the property from us and provide their own car shows for the Dodge Club or the Corvette Club or what have you.
Yeah.
And we're happy to provide them a nice automotive historical background for that. The next big thing that we're coming up on is on Friday, Black Friday after Thanksgiving, a holiday special. We'll have vendors in selling all types of holiday wear, Christmas trees, stuff like that.
Oh, that's worth it. That's worth the
Get in the spirit of the
stuffed
holidays.
with turkey and coming down here.
Come down the next day.
Now, if somebody wants information on how to come here and do those events, where can they go?
We have a Facebook page. They can contact Marianne Demo. Marianne has an office here on the site. She's here nearly every day. On a week, this week, we're going to have somebody here 7 days a week, either working or improving the site or explaining to folks how they can rent the property.
Well, and you definitely should come down here for whatever your needs may be. Actually, a little behind-the-scenes secret, there's engagement photos going on as we're talking.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this is a perfect backdrop. Whether you want to come take the kids to learn about history or you want to take some pictures, rent out the property, it's a great place to be.
We have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Roger.
Well, thank you very much.
Dogs, puppies, good boys, and our best friends. There's no better way to bond with them than spending time outdoors. But when it's time for them to go, make sure you pick up their poop. It prevents germs from spreading and keeps the parks clean. Thank you for continuing to make Shelby Township a great place to live.
Are you interested in taking care of a reptile or amphibian at home, but not sure how to take care of them? Why not adopt one at our Burgess Shadbush Nature Center? One-year adoptions are $25 for a small animal and $50 for a large animal. You'll get an adoption certificate, and the adoption fee will help cover vet care and expenses for your animal. You're encouraged to come in regularly to take care of your animal. For more information, you can call the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center at 586-323-2478 or contact them at naturecenter@shelbytwp.org. You can visit the Nature Center yourself at 4101 Riverbends Drive, off of the Ryan Road entrance of Riverbends Park.
All right, so welcome to the Nature Center. So today we're actually going to talk about one of our fan favorite animals that we have here, the eastern box turtle. So this guy, his name is Pancake, and eastern box turtles are native to Michigan. They are state protected though. They are actually, their numbers in the wild are declining. So when we bring Pancake out, we like to talk about not only him and all the great things about him, because box turtles are really cool, but we like to mention that, you know, there are certain animals in the state that their numbers are declining in the wild, so they're protected. It's usually to tell people that, you know, if you try and pick them up in the wild, there's actually a fine associated with it. So you're not supposed to collect these guys. One of their main reasons that they are going, their population is declining, is that people take them home as pets, which doesn't seem like a big deal if you take just one, but if everyone goes out and takes just one, then, you know, there's not very many left out in the wild. So Pancake here is actually really cool for a lot of reasons. So he, like I said, is called a box turtle, and the reason that box turtles are called box turtles is that their shell actually closes up when they're in danger, and they can pull themselves completely inside it like they're sitting inside a box. Now, we're not going to make him do that. We often have people ask us to have him do that. We're not going to, because that would mean I would have to scare him, and I'm not going to do that. But you can see, if you look on the bottom here, if you ever have him out and we'll show you, there's a little hinge on the bottom of his shell right here, and that's where he can actually close his shell behind him when he does pull himself in. Now I keep calling him a him. Pancake, we do know, is a boy, and we know that for two main reasons. The first main reason is that if you look at the bottom of Pancake's shell here, it is actually concave. It means it dips in towards his stomach a little bit. Now that is because male box turtles don't need as much room inside their bodies in order to produce eggs, so they've got that little dip. So females need that room because they do produce eggs, and they don't have the dip there. So if you're ever confused about whether a box turtle is male or female, you always look at the bottom. The other way you can sometimes tell is because of their eyes. Eastern box turtles, the males usually have red eyes, which makes them very unique. They have a very unique color patterning. Females usually have more of a dark brown or orange eye color. This doesn't work for all of our animals, because we have a male box turtle in the exhibit here who actually has brown eyes. So sometimes in nature things don't always go according to plan, but looking at the bottom of their shell is usually the best way to tell.
Well, I know it's hard to believe, but it's already the start of the Christmas season. So let's get over to the library, where for them it officially kicks off with the Christmas tree trimming. Let's check it out.
Christmas will be here before we know it, and the Shelby Township Library needs your help in decorating their Christmas tree.
So every year we have a library tree trimming party sponsored by the Friends of the Library, and it's a lovely holiday tradition for all ages. It's a free family fun event. This year it's on Thursday, November 29th at 6:30 p.m. It's a drop-in event for an hour. Children can come and make ornaments. We have all sorts of supplies and crafts out for them so that they can make an ornament either to decorate our tree or to take home and decorate their own tree. And we also have a ton of ornaments that we get out that are the libraries that we put on the tree every year, and we have the kids help us put those out. And lots of people from the community bake cookies and donate them, and we have punch, so we have lots of holiday cheer and music and snacks and lots of fun for everybody, and we'd love to see everyone there.
And kids, get those Christmas lists ready, because the library will be accepting letters to send to St. Nick himself.
This is also a great chance for kids to stop in and write a letter to Santa, because we have a mailbox that goes to the North Pole, so they can grab a letter. We have everything that they'll need to seal it up, put it in the mailbox, and we'll make sure to send it off to the North Pole so Santa gets the kids' letters in time for Christmas.
If you can't make it to the party, then no worries. The library will be taking your letters to Santa from November 16th all the way till December 15th. And again, mark your calendars for Thursday, November 29th at 6:30 p.m. for this year's tree trimming party. For Living, I'm Kyle Orzabach.
All right, grab your crayons because there's a contest like no other. It's the Shelby Township Coloring Contest. You get to decorate the Shelby Township logo for Christmas and you'll win a very special surprise. Let's check out and see what that surprise is.
Well, it's the holiday time again, and it's a great way for families to kick off the holiday season. Children from kindergarten to second grade can participate in a coloring contest. They can get the coloring picture online or from the library, do their best creativity, get your whole family involved in doing this, and they're due on December 5th. And the winner will be able to attend Christmas Aglow and give Santa Claus the keys to Shelby Township. So it's a really exciting win for them if they are chosen.
This is Shelby Township's second annual coloring contest event, and Lynn says that they are expecting a big turnout this year.
We had over 150 children participate last year, so this year, since it's the second year, we expect a lot more to participate. We'll get the word out more. Just encourage everybody to come on out. If they have a child from kindergarten to second grade, they are more than welcome to participate. And again, they can find those on the Shelby Township website or at our library.
For Living in Shelby Township, I'm Robert Gambrell.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Do you wish you had a portal into the upside down world? Or maybe a battle with a demigorgon? Well, the Shelby Township Library has something just for you. It's called Stranger Things Night, where you can channel your inner 11.
What does an award-winning show as a Shelby Library event mean for our community? We talked to Youth Service Librarian Jennifer Sunderhouse to find out.
It's nice for the kids to have some face-to-face time with, their friends that they already have, and maybe make some new friends with similar interests. It makes them crafts and enjoy some delicious sugar-filled snacks and just have a good time. There's a lot of screen time, there's a lot of texting, a lot of social media interaction, and when they're at school, they're sitting, they're quiet, they have a few minutes in between the hallways, and it's hard. You want to talk to your best friend or you want to pass a note or something. And this is a good chance for them to be together in a safe environment. I think that's important.
A safe environment indeed for teens to talk to each other, hang out, and have fun. If you're a teen looking to volunteer and help, or just looking for the next teen library event, go to ShelbyTWPlib.org.
Well, that's it for this edition of Living in Shelby Township. Thanks for watching.